Hey folks, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing Sticky Husk by Branch and Bone Artisan Ales out of Dayton, Ohio.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. Also, come say hey in Discord. We would love to see you there. I've got Andy in the attic laughing at me because I messed up, and I got Jay. What are we drinking today, gentlemen? I'm Ben, by the way.
We are going to go to Branch and Bone Artisan Ales. It's a kind of a unique brewery up in Dayton, Ohio. This is a Sticky Husk. It is a India Pale Ale made with the local wildflower honey. So, excuse me. I think Andy's a little thirsty.
He's running the show. He's just like, let's crack it. Who needs you guys? I mean, not like you get our permission to open a can, but
yeah.
Sometimes they just open themselves.
I don't know.
So we've seen.
So how was the pressurization on this one, fellas?
Let's say sometimes they open themselves, Jay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I poured it heavy, so
yeah.
This one's a bit foamy.
Well, yeah, you can smell that honey. Definitely smell that citra.
I just smell hops. And beer. That's all I smell. No, that smells citra for sure.
Yeah.
Very hazy.
It's a hazy IPA.
Yeah.
New England style.
Very hazy.
It's got a great color. Look at that.
All right. Cheers, mates.
Cheers.
Cheers, mates.
I'm delaying it as long as I can. So, Jay, you've had this before, obviously, right?
I have. I had it when I was there. I sampled. They usually only have probably, I think it's 8 to 12 beers on draft. So I had gotten a flight or two and tried several of them. But really, really cool artisan ale tap room brewery they have there.
They are a micro establishment. They were founded in 2017. Well, that's 2017 when their trademark was registered. It could have been founded earlier. This one is 7.7%, but when I was reading about their distribution, it's very limited. The draft and can is only to Dayton, Columbus, and Cincinnati, and they'll ship only in Ohio.
Yeah, it's hard to find, but they do some great beer. I've always been impressed with their stuff, and it's one I try to get by there when I can when I visit Dayton. So
when I was looking on the site, I couldn't tell if this was a limited or a seasonal.
Yeah, almost all of theirs are limited in a lot of cases. They don't. I don't think that they have typical year rounds like we're used to seeing. There's a few of those. I know of one or two out in Albuquerque that is the same way that I go to. They'll have a limited menu, but everything is rotational, and it's usually done seasonally.
So did you pick this up from the tap room specifically?
I did, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, then that makes sense because they describe, they're on their website as they like to explore alternative brewing and fermentation techniques. They like to feature local ingredients.
Yep.
And they like to use wild yeast and bacteria to do their beer. And so it's like, hey, why don't we try this? I can see if it's all limited, and maybe based on popularity or requests, they might bring something back. They said they do a lot of sours, saisons.
Yeah, they had a couple.
Saison or saison?
Saison. They had a couple of sours, probably 4 IPAs, and maybe 1 or 2 stouts, I think, on there when I was there.
Yeah. They do mixed fermentation styles, and spontaneous fermentation styles are staples of theirs. And they, like you said, they constantly rotate their menu.
Yeah. It's been a little while since I've been there. This one we've had just a minute or two. I'm hopeful to get back there sometime in the next quarter.
Well, this, as I said, 7.7%. They didn't mention the IBUs. And again, if they don't mention the IBUs on their site and they don't report it to Untapped's going to put a 0.
Right.
I
It's
don't
a
think
default.
it's a 0. Yeah. So they dry hop this heavily with Citra, Mosaic, and this Motueka. I've never heard of that one type of hop. So some new stuff for us.
That's cool.
And I like the dry hopping because Ben, of course, probably likes the dry hopping more because it cuts off that bitterness because it adds more of flavor and aroma and less bitter.
Yeah, I mean, this one's it's not overly bitter. It's definitely a good balance of the of the floral flavors and the bitter to kind of balance out and even out. I'm definitely not over bittered by this one.
Right. It's to me fairly smooth, and for being a minute or two old, it's still really good. So you want to rate it, Ben?
Sure, I will go first.
Were you through, Andy? I apologize.
I have nothing left to add.
All right.
So yeah, it's definitely balanced. It's definitely not so bitter, very floral though in the flavor. The bitter, I don't mind the bitter at all. So it's definitely not an IPA. It's an IPA I would drink. I wouldn't pass on because of the bitter. The floral to me is, that all balances out well, but I don't know. There's something within the floral that there's a flavor that just isn't for me, and we've touched on that, in the past, that one of us will pick out something that just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. And I hate saying that, but I don't know.
It might be that hop that we've never had before.
Yeah. I just can't find it. But if you buy another one of these, I'll definitely drink it. It's not there, but it's not one I would probably reach for again if I saw it at the store. Let's put it that way. So for me, I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Yeah, Ben, I think I understand that taste, that flavor in there, because upon the initial aroma and smell, I could smell the sweet from the honey, and then of course the citrus. When I tasted, you get the citrus taste, but then there's something that's almost like a base, like the opposite of acidic or citrus, that holds it back for me, and it doesn't open up to more of a juicy citrus flavor. And I mean, it's not bad. It just doesn't take it up to a higher rating score for me. It's, me, I'd probably drink it again. And if I saw it in the store, I do appreciate the lovely can art all around, and it's got a great name. It says Artisan. I'm going to give it a 7. But there is something in there. It's like, I can't put my finger on it, but it just doesn't send it to the next level.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to recall. I had this on draft, so
Yeah,
I know that makes a
you
big,
get fresh from the source.
Yeah, you get a bit of a difference, and so when it ages, there are certain tastes and flavors that come out differently. Being that it reminds me of some of the double dry hop things that we've had, some of the double dry hopped IPAs that I've always enjoyed from like Other Half or Trillium or some of those others. I really like it, but I don't know that I would go as high as I had rated it straight off the draft. So I think I'll give it probably a 7.5 out of the can. And maybe
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
due to age.
Yeah. Like you said, this is one that we have just because of other beers that we've had and been reviewing. We have kept on the shelf for a little bit. Maybe that plays a little bit into it. Who knows at this point?
Yeah.
But
Don't look
honestly, when I look at the can on date, it's not that far out. So
No,
it
it's
shouldn't,
not.
it's not a spoiled date.
No. No, it's not that far out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It just shows, what
We're
mine
just over
shows-
4 months.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean it should
Um,
be fine. But to me, it's kind of the difference between when you have something on draft and in a can that's, melded that way. I can
Yeah.
see the difference and kind of tell the difference in my ratings from when I was there in the brewery having it fresh versus today. So
and I know we've had other beers with honey in them, obviously. I'm wondering if that, that having that local wildflower honey has any, any difference to the flavor. per
sure it
se.
does. I mean, several of the ones that we've had, the first comes to mind, Hop Slam is the big honey one, but
Right.
there are
So-
several others.
So that Ohio honey just doesn't compare to that Tupelo honey, huh, Ben?
Just doesn't. No, absolutely not.
It's just I think I wanted more, being a hazy, I wanted more of that juice coming out. And I've taste of the haze, but not enough citrusy juice blast. But I do appreciate being dry hopped.
Especially with the name Sticky Husk, you would think you would have like chunks in here or something.
Yeah,
a
let me get the
more,
chunks.
a lot more flocculence or something.
Flocculence. We are bringing some words.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll have to splash the definition of that up on the screen.
Wait a second. Flocculence. Is that with a K?
It's Q.
All right, that's going to give us a 7 for the Sticky Husk IPA from Branch and Bone Artisan Ales out of Dayton, Ohio. Definitely one you can let us know if you have found and have had. I'm guessing most of the audience has not, based on the information we've provided here. But one you can look for and try if it's in your area. And we'd love to hear what you think about it. For Andy in the attic, I am Ben. There's Jay.
He says over there.
It's the wildflower honey is getting to me.
Don't forget to
cheers.
cheers. Like,
Sure
come on.
yeah. Like I said, it's that wildflower honey. Be sure to like, cheers, and
Be sure to
start over
like,
now.
subscribe, cheers, that notification bell.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm Ben.
Yeah, cheers, mates. I'm done. That's what I am. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, man.
I'm caught up in the flocculence. I just